But what's going on, people? Hope everyone is well and blessed. So I woke up today and I decided, yep, today I'm gonna go and do a marathon. But it's not entirely true. Last week I had my sort of taper, relaxing week, and I thought to myself, okay, cool, I'll rest for a few days. Next week I'll just go out and do a marathon. So here I am. I always come around the track, and the track is my place to just keep calm. There's no one here, so it's just me and all the geese and birds. So yeah, I thought, let's do it. Let's wake up and see how tough I am, really. So like I say, I haven't got a full stack today because I haven't prepared it properly. But I got these are my fuels for today. I'm going to go for granola slices and banana. I got 2 litres of premix. Another bottle on the side just to throw on myself if it gets too sunny or too hot, which I know it will. When you're in the mood to do a run, when you're in the mood to go to the gym, it's easy. You don't really feel much from that workout. You might have had a good workout, you might have a pump, you might feel good. But those workouts where you really have to push yourself just to get the workout done, they're the ones that are going to build your character. They're the ones that are going to build resilience and strength. So yeah, if I can do a marathon today, great, amazing. With no training, apart from obviously the little bits I've done, but no real structure. If I could just go out and get it done, then that's a big win for the day and for my running journey. But if I don't, at least I tried. The worst thing you can do is set yourself a goal. Tell yourself, I'm going to do this on this day. And then what happens? You don't do it. And then what happens? Your confidence drops, your self-esteem drops, your willingness to keep pushing drops. So it is really that simple. Get your trainers on and get to work. Because no one really cares. I can say 100 excuses, no one cares. I care, but no one else cares. So if you say you're going to do a marathon and you go out and you don't do your marathon, people are only going to care that you told them you were going to do something that you didn't do. But at least if you go out and attempt it, you tried. Trying and failing is better than not trying and failing. So I have a goal. Ideally, my goal would be under 4.5 hours for a marathon. That's my, I say, short to medium goal. It might even be a long-term goal. The only marathon I've completed was the 50K, and the actual marathon distance was completed in about 5 hours, 30 minutes. I know. But to think I could do an hour and a half quicker on my first attempt is probably it's definitely delusional. But I ran that first marathon at 50K. I wouldn't even call it running. I was doing like a 7:30 kilometer pace for most of it. Parts of it were 8:30 or 9 because I was walking and talking to people. But today it is just focused on the run. That's why I don't really want to film too much, because I need to have no excuses for why I didn't do it. And you say to yourself, this is one thing you have to realize: if you haven't got the money to invest in a photographer or a videographer, you need to realize something. You can either do a great workout or a great video. I've never been able to do a great workout and great video. It's the goal I'm chasing, or one of the goals I'm chasing. If today I can put out some kind of video and do it, I'm focusing more on the event. We get so skewed with social media, posting perfection and focusing too much on what we post. More emphasis needs to be taken on the actual exercise you're doing. So that's what I'm going to be doing today, focusing more on the actual workout and less on what I film. I would love to have fantastic content that people love to watch, and it was great, and it was great quality, and it was great editing. I'm just not there yet. So apologies for the shaky edits or the lack of footage for today. But as I say, I'm keen to find out what I can do, and having the camera on me isn't really going to do much. Slowly getting into it, trying to stay in the zone as best as I can. I know it's going to be a tough one for many reasons, but we'll keep going, keep plodding along, and hopefully I can check back in a bit and let you know how I'm getting on. And remember that song, the first cut is the deepest. Yeah, it's how I feel during my first 5 or 10k of a long run. It's always tough, that first 10k. It's just not even, and I say these things not for sympathy, just to enlighten you. Don't go out fast, which I didn't do. But no matter what happens, when you go on a long run, the first few kilometers always make you reconsider your life choices. And you feel so tired, breathless, maybe a little bit sore, niggly pains here and there. And I'm hoping, like 90% of the time, that once I get through that first 10k, it will start to ease. As always, little water break, little walk break. I'm not sure how far I've done, but I know it's about an hour and a half, so I'm guessing about 15k so far. And I have pretty much run the entirety of that, which I'm pretty happy with. I normally have to walk or slow down at some point. As it goes though, I'm feeling all right. I'm not feeling great, but I'm feeling all right, you know. The first 20 or 10 or 20k of a long run, you will feel better. Obviously I've got to overcome issues like, you know, I've got little pains that I'm feeling. You just got to get over those little negative mental toughness, or whatever I'm trying to say. They're just mental blocks most of the time. Sure, you have physical pain, but your brain can make you think it's so much worse than it really is. And I always convince myself that I'm cool when I'm fine. Because the more you lean into an injury or a pain, the more it's going to send you out. So I just say to myself, I'm fine. If it genuinely starts like hurting, like excruciating pain, and I'm wobbling, then I'll stop. But it hasn't happened as of yet. So yeah, you got to take those bits. But this has probably slowed me down. I'd say I don't expect myself to ever run a full marathon. Maybe with plenty of training, I can get there, but I'm nowhere near that level yet. So I don't expect to be able to run for 42k. That's a bit nuts. So running like 15 or just shy of 20k, maybe, I don't know what it is I'm pretty damn happy with that, to be honest. But yeah, I think it's a tactical decision. Obviously I want some water and I want a bit of food, so I just walk for one lap. But I think it's just, you need to just take that step back and have a little breather sometimes. And I'm only racing myself. I'm pretty certain unless I don't finish, I'm going to be a lot faster than my 50k time. So yeah, it's not that deep. I'm just trying to get it done. But I won't lie to you, I am feeling soreness, a lot more soreness than I was feeling during my 50k. And during the 50k, I only really felt really sore and painful like the last 10k or so. And even then it was just tiredness, it wasn't actual pain. But today it's like both knees are feeling a bit sore, both ankles, my lower back's a bit sore. And what do you do when that happens? You just smile and you keep going. That's a bit easier. I thought I'd be an absolute psycho for a while and not wear headphones. But yeah, I've slowed down considerably. I don't know how slow I'm going now, but I'm out 25k in. I've hit what's caused the wall, which is never good. You can't just be a nobody, get into something and then just be great at it. That's not how it works. Of course, you've got a couple of genetic freaks out there who can just take to anything. Hands True is a new one I'm starting to really like his content, you know. Lives in the woods and just bangs out 100k races and stuff. What an absolute beast, shout out him. Fuck. I'm not sitting down because I finished. I'm sitting down because I did not finish. Yeah, I had a really bad mental block though, and I was just out there then. So I started talking to somebody at the track, said hello as I was running past. I ran for another about 20 minutes or so, maybe 25 minutes, which isn't that long. It's only like 3 or 4K. And I went to check my phone and realized I'd paused the workout. It's the last thing you want. It completely fucks with your head, because I should be at 30K now, not 25K. And not only that, I'm bloody exhausted.
Pathetic.
And when you come to the running track, you meet people who actually run and they know what they're talking about a bit more than you do. Bear in mind, I only started running in January. So I've done running before, but this is the first year I've actually taken it like somewhat seriously. And I made sure I had about 10 days before I did my 50K. I did nothing for 10 days, and then I had no issues on the day. Whereas that 100K week last week, I think that's what's done me in. Not being conditioned, as the guy said, he's like, well, what do you expect? You know, if you've done hardly any running and then you go into 100K, it's gonna really mess with you. And it did. Because, you know, I've had about 5 days off of rest, thinking that would be enough. And I thought, you know, as I said earlier, oh yeah, you always get these little niggly pains when you set out on a long run. You just got to sort of slowly through them, and once your body warms up properly, you haven't got to worry too much about it anymore. But that didn't happen today. Yeah. So just shy of 3 hours. So still a good performance in the sense of it was a 3-hour run, because I pretty much ran for the entirety. The only times I didn't run was when I was probably speaking to you. So just under 3 hours of solid running, no walking, at a 6:30, 6:40 pace. It's still a victory for the day, that is for sure. I'm still quite happy with that. This is one of those times where I'm sitting here thinking, I know I could just keep going and push and do the marathon. But the voice in my head is also saying, what's the point? Not from a like negative because you can't, but more just like, you've already got blisters, you've already got sore ankles, your knee is starting to swell a little bit. Is it really worth it today to go and do this? Should you just stop being an idiot and wait? And maybe that'll be the lesson for today, to know when to stop and know when to go. Still kind of pissed off though, I'm not gonna lie, because this is the second run that I've ever failed at. And the first one was a few weeks ago, and it was the 10K PB attempt. And now this one. So at least running's teaching me something about myself, that you're not gonna do a PB every time. If you're doing long distance running, you're not gonna finish every time. I'm 35, I'm getting older. I need to stop thinking that I'm 20 years old and I could just get out of bed and go and run a marathon. Who the fuck do I think I am? Anyway, hope everyone has a blessed day. Please make sure to like and subscribe, it really helps out the channel. And I will see you when my knees recover.